Do you believe in goalkeeper gloves with finger protection?
Personal preference.
Love that answer. This is Geoff, physical therapy, athletic trainer at AOF. He's gonna show us how to tape our fingers to provide a little bit more support like the pros do in the event that we don't want to wear finger protection. Want to show us how?
Sure. First thing is, if your finger was built like this, it'd be super easy to tape. But your finger's not built like that. It's got many different angles, many different sizes to it. So the best thing to do is to use individual strips of tape. You're gonna start with, wherever the pain actually is, through whichever joint. Start above and below. Doesn't really matter which way you go, but it becomes important when you actually go in and close the area, and I'll explain what that is. So you would just simply wrap around. You're not looking to make this super restrictive, super tight. The tape itself will actually provide the support, so you don't need to pull it tight so that your finger ends up super white or even blue or purple.
Like a sausage casing.
Like a sausage casing. So you're just making those individual strips right around. And again, going above and below the joint as best you can. And so when I mentioned that closing the tape job, so if Christian were to go and put his gloves on right now, what would happen inside the glove would be that tape would roll up as soon as he tried to put those tight gloves on. So we don't want to leave the tape with the tape edges pointed down like that. So let me fix that up a little bit. So what we would do is just rip some additional strips and then start at the bottom or the back of it, or the as we call it, the proximal side. And then you would simply just close down. Same fashion. That one was a little long, but that's okay.
So I don't feel, it's not super restrictive, and I do feel the support. I've never taped fingers before, but I do have a finger injury, so I will use this tomorrow.
All right, so now that I've taped him down, if he goes and puts those gloves on, now the tape is not gonna slide on him, and it's gonna be a lot more comfortable within his glove. When he goes and takes the glove off, yes, you're gonna see some wrinkling of the tape, but we don't necessarily care about that because when the gloves are off, it's assumed that he's either at halftime or all done with the game.
So what's important about this is I can make almost a fist with this. It's protecting an injury, but I can make that catch-ready position, the shape of the ball going forward. And I feel like I do have that support at the joint. Anything they can do wrong on this?
Pulling too tight, certainly. Pulling too tight is gonna be the #1 thing that's gonna make you not wanna tape your fingers on a regular basis, all right? Using a white tape is basically the easiest thing to use. If we go and use different stretch tapes, you gotta be really careful about the amount of tension you put on there because it's really easy to pull it too tight too quickly. Another thing is make sure that you do fan out above and below the joint because you do want to create that area of
It diffuses that impact throughout the whole.
Diffuses the impact and you create a longer lever of support.
Love that. So this could be part of your pre-game routine, something that helps you get ready. As you saw what Geoff did is he put a bunch of strips out there, and I mean, that's what he did, and he was methodical about it. So if you need the extra support, you want to protect your joints, this is the way to do it. Yep. Geoff from Select Physical Therapy, Avon Farms. Any questions on goalkeeper care? We're happy to help.